building, and this week I've brought my team to Wales and the very haunted Beaumaris jail. The jail is situated in Anglesey, Wales, and was built in 1829 by Joseph Aloysius Hanson. It housed men, women and children who had committed crimes from stealing and housebreaking to murder. The prisoners were given hard labour and were put to work on the tread wheel, and if any inmates behaved inappropriately, the whipping room was another place that instilled fear into the prisoners. There were 2 public hangings that took place at Beaumaris, where immense crowds were said to have gathered. The accused was led out of the door and onto a walkway. He walked through another door to where the noose and crowds waited. The jail was closed in 1878 when it became a police station until the 1950s. And in 1974, the old jail was opened to the public as a museum. With such a harsh history of imprisonment and capital punishment, it's no wonder that Beaumaris jail is tormented by supposed lost souls. So who would be mad enough to spend last night completely alone and in the dark? Well, that would be John Gilbert and Stuart. And this is what happened.
Right, so me and John are in the condemned cell now. Are we going to close that door, John?
Shall we?
Yeah, close that door. Probably going to spend, what are we spending, half an hour?
We'll spend a few minutes.
In this
I think we're
room,
going to walk. We're not spend all the time in this room. We're going to walk up and down.
Okay.
That's the idea. So, what do you want to do? Shall we sit down on the bed?
Is it? Have you got a mattress on it?
No.
No.
What, did you just push something?
I did not push anything, no.
Didn't you hear that?
Is the door, have you shut this door?
Oh, the door's come open. Is anybody there?
Hey? What's that shiny thing?
Is it a
Is that just reflection?
Glass? Yeah, it might be.
Put your torch on.
Oh!
What's that?
The door's open again.
Oh!
Is anybody here? If there's a spirit of...
Ah! Oh! John, I want mate.
You want to think out of it?
What do you want to stop or do you want to carry on because...
Oh!
So John and Stuart were certainly frightened by the events that took place. It unnerved them so much that they couldn't remain in the jail overnight. Maybe they would have more staying power with the rest of the Most Haunted crew during the 24-hour stay. This is the exhibition gallery, where the temperature drops suddenly without any reason, and many people have experienced nausea and dizziness when entering the room. But the most frightening thing that appears here is a black mass, which has been witnessed many times, floating in the centre of the room.
I've been working as a tour guide in Beaumaris jail for the past 5 months over the summer period. I've been working in the shop as well. When I started off, I was a bit dubious about the place. It was a bit intimidating, but after a while I got used to the place. And every once in a while I'd sort of feel overwhelmed, as if someone was looking at me or following me around the jail. And I was picking up weird smells, like strong misty smells and sweet smells, like pear drops and sweets.
We do regular vigils here once a month. The information that we pick up here is different every time. We get lots of different energies passing through this building. There is one energy that's static here. It's a very dark energy, very strong. It's definitely a man who likes to pick on vulnerable women.
Only 2 executions officially took place here at Beaumaris jail. The first, William Griffith, was hanged in 1830 for the attempted murder of his wife, and the second wasn't until 1862. Richard Rowlands was hanged for murdering his father-in-law. They would have both spent their last hours in the condemned cell, where to this day people complain of being pushed against the wall by an unseen force. Others complain of being touched by ghostly hands, and a lonely phantom is said to lurk in the shadows. Some say that this phenomena is one of the executed men, which stands to reason, as even in death they couldn't escape the prison. Both were buried within the jail grounds.
One day I was here on my own. I was doing some jobs upstairs and I could hear the phone going, so I had to run downstairs, and as I was passing the middle corridor, I turned to my left and I saw a dark silhouette of a man by the iron stairs, and it was only for a split second, but I know he was there, definite, and that really scared me.
This corridor is a very scary place to be, as footsteps are heard regularly walking its length. It is thought they belong to the ghost of a warden who haunts this area. He's seen walking up this staircase towards the governor's office. As he approaches, the angry warden bangs on the door. His silhouette is clearly seen through the glass, but when investigated, there is never anyone there. But it's not just outside this office that ghosts are said to lurk. Inside is no place of sanctity, as people feel as though someone is standing behind them, while others complain of the walls mysteriously moving in and a severe tightening of their chest. Is the spirit of a past governor trying to communicate with us, or is this just a cold, lonely place with a terrible history? We have 24 hours to find out. Most Haunted has investigated jails before, with fascinating results. Would Beaumaris be just as impressive? Dr. Kieran O'Keefe was keen to begin our investigation, but what did he expect from the location and from the crew?
There is some unusual phenomena that's occurred here in room 22 and also one of the other rooms, and there's this black mass. People have seen a shape that they can't describe. It's not a person, it's just a black mass that seems to appear in the centre of the room. Now, it's been corroborated by independent witnesses, and it's the sort of phenomena that hopefully we can capture on film.
Another phenomena, of course, is, and we're becoming so used to this on nearly every single location, is stone throwing. That's another thing, and objects being thrown. I really hope that that's going to happen tonight. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't, because we seem to be getting it all the time.
Yeah, and the stone throwing is something that we've had on other investigations, so yes, we're going to be expecting it here. In addition to that, there's kind of the explanation or the discussion that we've had many times. Why are these stones being thrown? Is it because they're trying to grab attention, trying to attract our attention in some way? What we can do is just ignore it.
And see what happens.
Just see what happens. You're in this frame of mind now where you're not scared by it. The rest of the team are not scared by it. They're expecting it, and maybe ignore it, and maybe more phenomena will happen in order to attract our attention. Something major that we can capture on film.
And I think that's the key. It's what's the next step now?
Definitely.
So, with the team feeling confident about spending the night here, I felt the time was right to let David Wells, our medium, enter the building. What would he unearth, and would the Most Haunted crew still be confident about spending 24 hours at Beaumaris jail?
I've got faces at these cell doors looking out at me. I want to open this door and just say, it's your time, it's now.
Hey, you all right?
Oh no, I've got this shiny.
The Most Haunted crew were going to be spending 24 hours in Beaumaris jail in Anglesey, Wales. So far, the team felt confident about their imminent confinement. But would their feelings change as our medium David Wells tries to communicate with the supposed spirits that wander the dark cells and corridors of the jail? It wasn't long before David found something.
There's real something whipping through. There's real something moving fast. I don't know if it's just here, if it's on this level. But it feels male, and you know, my conscious mind would say, you're in a laundry room, and no offence, it's more than likely to be at this time a woman that was doing laundry, but it feels like a male energy. But it's really zooming past that way. Right. So sorry, but we need to...
Yeah, I'll go back out again.
Yeah. I want to go here. He's really, really going for it. He's really, it's like an energy, it's almost like a light trail. It goes this way.
I think he's quick, isn't he?
He is a bit quick. I want to go out here. Ooh. I want to go out here and he's gone right through that wall. It's like he's gone right through that wall. I can't get him. It's like, do you know like a light trail of a firework?
Right.
It's like that.
That
straight
quick?
through the wall. And it's just doing that. It's just done that. And I just wonder, people might feel that sense of urgency.
Rushing past them.
Yeah, they might feel that running past them.
Okay.
Do you know what, Yvette? I don't even feel like talking to you to come up here.
Why?
I feel... It's a very odd feeling. I feel fear, remorse, guilt, which would hardly be surprising in a place like this. But I actually feel as if someone is pushing on my shoulders like that. I literally feel as if my shoulders have been pushed down.
Is that because of all the supposed spirits in here?
I think it's a collective energy of what went on here. Yeah, okay. A collective energy of what went on here. But actually, now I think about it, now you ask me those questions, it feels like someone physical now. So that's an individual. This is someone who worked here because there's authority about him. Like a warden. I feel really odd. There's authority about them and he's making me feel like a prisoner. He has got this, it's like a smirk, like an evil kind of like, and I want to come in here. I want to open this door and just stand and just do this. Just stand. And just say, hey, it's your time, it's now. So this is about execution. It's like a replay, like a residual, but it's something he's enjoying.
What was that?
What was that?
It was a big bang, that was.
Is there anybody out in the corridor making a noise?
No.
There's more in here. I want to come back here.
Okay.
There's more here.
All right.
I think a grumpy will get in here. I can feel a grumpy male, probably a governor, and that's only, you know, from what I'm saying. Active, but not a roamer, not a walker.
Okay. So who is this person? There's somebody here now. I know you are because we can hear the banging. Can you make them louder? Thank you. Were you the governor? Please make the knocks louder. Were you the What? Yes.
They're pretty loud, aren't they?
Once for yes, twice for no, I said. Do you mean there's any harm?
Oh,
No.
another one.
No, no.
Oh, was
that's
that no?
no. That's no.
Is it Jones? It's a Jones, but in Wales.
Please, sir, if you can hear my voice, is there another spirit that means there's any harm? Yes. Is it male? Yes. Well, I think we're getting a lot of stuff here. How do you feel that we turn all the lights off now and that we go to night vision? It's more intimate and we can just go for it from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it,
God,
definitely.
it's still banging now. With all the lights in the jail turned off, the atmosphere changed dramatically. The long corridors became terrifying and our vision was non-existent. The night vision cameras were our only source of light. Little did we know it wouldn't be long before something or someone made their presence known. You're all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. It's this walk. It's this walk. This is... I've got faces at these cell doors looking out at me, with just looking at me. It's complete silence. And I've got
I heard that. Did you hear
What
that,
was
Karen?
Those behind
A
you.
drag.
Yeah.
And shuffling.
A
so-
bag,
Yeah.
a bang and a drag.
I've got like a chaplain in front of me. I want to walk this way.
What was that?
Something above us.
That's the bell.
But there's nobody near it.
What is that?
That's the bell system. I'm sure
I'm
it's...
jumping. I thought it was all disconnected though.
Oh,
Because all the doors are linked to this bell.
Oh, to bell.
On the, not the doors, but there are wires outside.
I reckon it's when, because you're talking about what happened to them, so I reckon we go back up there and see if the same thing happens again. Yes, Karen?
Yeah.
Because it seems to be, as you're talking about the last steps, their feelings, the emotion.
So he's got his head down. He's listening to the priest or the chaplain, I think it is. And the chaplain's reading from the Bible.
What's happening down here? What happens at the end?
So he goes towards the gallows. Here.
Uh-huh.
Which are here. So he's going out here.
So the gallows, you say, were basically out through this door.
Through here. Yeah, right up through here. So there's a platform built up. So they come from that cell out and right out here to a platform. And then they're hung.
When you say they are hung, how many people do you think were hung here?
I've got connection one and they're saying, I'll tell you what they're saying too legal. I think it's too legal and either one or two illegal. So that might be in the prison, so it could be suicides or it could be...
Right, I see. So 2 definite hanged here. Do you have any names or initials with the men that hanged, the 2 men?
I've got one, I think, which is William. I've got one that went with I don't know if dignity is the right word, but there seems to have been a melancholy sort of like, do you know, kind of acceptance, and one that went shouting and screaming and protesting his innocence. That's what I've got. I've got one of each really.
That does fit, because I know.
Okay.
That's right.
William, I think, is the one that just accepts. And I think he's saying, you know, you get random snapshots, and I've got, should have finished the bitch.
Yeah.
Should have finished the bitch, is what he's saying. The other one I can't get, I haven't got such a strong link with him yet. I don't want to do this. I'm doing it for the, you know, because you know you have to. It's one of those things you have to. But I really feel crap in here. My head is absolutely spinning. I'm going to sit here because, do you know, you have to, this is where they would have actually sat. I feel them. I can feel one of them sitting here. It's Griffiths.
William Griffiths.
Griffiths or
Yeah,
Griffiths?
Griffiths.
Right.
Why was he executed?
Because he got caught.
Is there any way of getting more information from this, William? That's the second time I've heard that. It's a door.
It was just like that, Johnny, wasn't it? A
It
bit
wasn't
further
you,
away.
Stuart, by accident.
No,
either.
I didn't
No,
think
it was further away, wasn't it?
Still moving.
It's still moving.
It was when I looked at it.
No.
But it's not making a sound.
It's not making a sound at all. And that door to the condemned cell, seems to creak, doesn't
That
it?
one
Also
does,
than-
yeah. Do you feel better coming out of there now?
Starting to, but my God, I think I was just about to choke. Is it Watkins? Is his name Watkins?
Watkins? Whoa, is that another stone? Yeah. Cool. Where did it come from?
Well, I can certainly vouch for Stuart or Wigan because I'm this
No,
side.
it sounded like it came from like like a distance away.
It was away. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know, my whole jaw is going in here. My whole jaw is going. My jaw is starting to like, you know.
Is it?
What's that mean?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether he's trying to impress the face on me. My jaw is going like.
What did you say his name
widening.
is? Watkins.
Watkins, yeah.
Warder Watkins.
Warden Watkins would have been responsible for the implementation of the day-to-day routine of the inmates, and he ruled with an iron fist. His relish for this task was apparent, and perhaps that is why his spirit still roams Beaumaris jail.
Come on, if you're here, do something. Make a sound. Swing this pendulum on the clock. Oh. Which one is it? This one? Is it that one?
It's not this one.
Be this one. Is that one, John? Yeah. This one. They're all connected. This one.
Yeah, but which one's done it? Well, you can check.
I don't even know it worked.
It doesn't work, does it?
It does. They don't actually strike.
Yeah, there is.
That one hits it, but doesn't make it ding. Oh, there we go. But I never had
I never heard
that.
the clunking noise.
You just heard the bell.
Let's go back into the room, because that's where we were when it happened. Right. You all right?
Oh no, I've got a shocking pain up the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh God, it's right there. I think it's going.
Warden, if you're here, please, can you slam the door or bang on the window?
Got a figure by the books. David, can you move your left hand? Okay. Can you move your right hand? Put your left hand down. Move your right hand.
Oh my... You are joking, the door's just shut. Brilliant. Get the figure back on there.
Yeah, bend over.
Oh, it
Yes,
is.
it's
Phew.
David.
Oh my...
Sorry.
I thought we had the first ghost on.
Oh!
Oh, shh.
What was that? Felt like something coming off the desk.
Do you know what was on the desk?
Pens all in place.
This room is an active room, isn't it?
He's given me another name. It's Roland's. It's not the warder. This is the name he's given me.
This isn't the warder.
No, he's given me a name.
Oh, he's giving you-
He's giving me a name.
Oh, Roland.
So was the warden responsible for the activity that we had caught on camera? The door closing, the rapping and the stone throwing. All this phenomena had become common at the jail and witnessed by many people. Would we experience more at Beaumaris jail?
Voice went death.
It said death.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
It was time to split up into two groups so that we could investigate the building properly. In smaller groups, would we experience more phenomena?
You're right.
Whoa!
Is there anybody in the cell?
Just came right through the door.
Jeff, Kieran and Stuart took one end of the building, whilst Carl, John, David and myself took the other side of the property.
Let's walk to the other end and see what happens.
Now, earlier you didn't like to go.
Did you not hear that voice?
No.
Did you not hear? I'm really
What did you hear?
Did you not hear a voice?
Tell us what you heard.
Voice went death.
Death. You're right, okay. Let's walk to the other end and see what happens.
Now, earlier you didn't like to go.
Did you not hear that voice?
You're right. Mister.
Whoa!
Shit.
That came out of one of these. Came out of here. Just there. That was just as I walked past here. Big fucking stone.
I'll tell you what. I'm more than happy to do it. Come and condemn cell. Why don't you lock me in?
Okay.
Give us, yeah. Okay.
There's a shout card.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel okay. I don't know if it's the light playing tricks, but I keep seeing like occasionally like shadow outside the window.
Isn't that lights off this?
Well, I was thinking that, but the viewfinder's closed, isn't it?
With Carl alone in the condemned cell, I asked David to perform his chant in an attempt to amplify the spiritual energy.
Have you done your Arte Marku thing?
I haven't done it. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Listening to that, sitting in this cell, waiting for something paranormal to happen. It's almost sick, in a way. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're coming in, Carl.
Okay.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, fine.
What were you feeling in here?
Just depression. You just give up. I just before you came in, I saw something touch my arm. I made me jump, sort of snapped me out of it. But it wasn't a nasty touch. It was like a tender touch. It was just a. This place. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Can somebody just stand behind me because somebody's just messing with my hood? You there? My head's going in here.
I feel sick, but actually
My
feel
head's
physically sick.
I now felt that this was a good time to join up with the rest of the crew. David Wells thought we should try to contact Warden Watkins, who seemed to be the strongest entity present in the jail. So maybe a séance in the governor's office would be an appropriate place to try to communicate with the dead. Stuart, Kath, Jeff, Carl, David and myself hoped we'd encounter the spirits who were causing the ghostly activity in the jail.
You're not David.
Yeah, strong conditions.
You're okay. What's the matter?
Can you spell out your first name? Use the letters around this board to spell out your first name.
W.
W. Can you give us the next letter of your name, please? Oh, okay. Can you give us the next letter of your name, please?
A.
Yeah. Okay.
T. Going for the T
Yes,
or
for
not?
T. Mine doesn't make any sense to me.
What did you say now? What things?
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's a surname.
Oh, go
Could
on.
you give us the next letter?
Oh, okay. You all right, sweetheart? What's the matter?
Which one's that?
Okay.
That's it.
I've got a strap. around the top of my legs.
You do?
Mm.
A strap?
Noodles.
Ooh,
I know.
You feel like you're being tied.
Yeah.
how
My
weird.
legs feel.
Did you secretly like to watch the new men come in here and bathe?
Yes. Oh, where'd you say that?
When David was talking, I kept getting an image in my mind of this bloke
Yes,
standing there watching the new
Yes.
guys come in.
Are you homosexual?
I think we've established that. It's like to watch men bathe themselves.
Are you scared? Are you scared? You're scared because it was a sin to be a homosexual then.
Oh, of course.
It was a sin, it was against the law. Does he want to harm us now?
Do you want to... Oh, whatever. Answer your question.
Can you do something else for us in this room now? Throw something. Let us know you're here.
Oh, hello, Jeff.
That's you, Jeff.
Do you like Jeff?
Are you strapping you to the chair, Jeff?
That could be,
Oh,
couldn't it?
hang on.
Could be.
Oh, yes.
Did you used to tie him down so he could...
Oh my, that's horrific. Ask.
Do you want to tie Jeff down? Is that what you're trying to do?
Does Jeff look like somebody he loved when he was alive? R. U. P. E. Keep going, keep going. R. Rupert. Rupert.
I look like Rupert. Oh, did he love you?
No. Oh.
Unrequited love.
Was he a prisoner?
Yeah, was he a prisoner in the jail?
Do you want to see Rupert again?
Oh, you are Rupert.
But I'm not Rupert.
You don't know that.
You need to tell him. Tell him.
You might be the reincarnation.
I could be. I don't think I'm Rupert.
Strong, isn't it? Yeah, very strong.
So a warder named Watkins seemed to have lived a life filled with secrets, violence and unrequited love. Now that we seem to have contacted this spirit, would Warder Watkins continue to communicate with us? It was time to split up into groups again. Would the ghosts of Beaumaris jail fade away into the darkness, or would they come out to play?
I've just got tightening in my chest, really.
Beaumaris Jail in Anglesey, Wales was proving to be a very interesting and active location. Carl had decided to return to the condemned cell alone, with the security of knowing that David and Jeff were just outside.
Is that you? David? Yeah? You're not making any noises out there, are you?
No, I'm sitting perfectly still.
If that was you, I'm sorry. Who are you? My eye hurts. My eyes are killing me. If you... No, mate, I'm sorry. I ain't even interested. Can you open the door, David? Quick, thank you. Let's go. That's enough, thanks. He lifted the thing up.
On the bed?
The bed lifted up. I was hearing... Like that noise.
Listen carefully to the whining noise that Carl's camera captured twice. His exit was quick after Carl claims that the bed moves. All in all, the condemned cell is not a place for the faint-hearted. We had decided to split into two groups again, Carl and John joining David and I in the Stark Room, where a frightening black mass is claimed to have been seen on a regular basis, whilst Kieran, Stuart and Jeff decided to recreate the final moments of the condemned man in the condemned cell.
It's time. Follow me. Okay. All right, Karen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm so angry.
You're all tensed up, huh?
I was thinking in the condemned cell, I was, because I do forensic work, getting in, right, thinking about what I've done, shoving a broom handle down my wife's throat, killing her.
Okay.
Right? Not my actual one,
Yes,
but
yes,
thinking,
yes.
putting myself into that role. I was thinking about that, and then when you came in, and I just started to get really angry. Really angry, really aggressive.
I've just got tightening in my chest, really, and my throat.
Sorry, just something just went.
My shoulder.
It hit my right by my coat here. It hit here. It was really close to my neck. That's what I mean when it's trying to hurt you. That's what I don't like. You right, Carl?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
It looked very odd to me. Maybe it's just the night vision.
Once for years.
The light.
You right, Carl? What's the matter?
I'm saying it's all, that's all. 1 minute on me,
Ooh,
and the next
is
minute...
that you, David?
What?
A big knock? There's a knock on the door. I'm sorry, Carl, I just interrupted you, sweetie. I just could have sworn.
Johnny.
What? What's the matter?
I saw someone standing there. I've got this on there, there's nothing on it.
But that's it, I heard this. I'll just show you what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big one, okay? That was a big one. Joe, David, walk off.
It's more than one, it's about 3 of them.
It's actually thrown with such force.
As
It's split.
Split. God, if that...
That had hit you.
Yeah, but you look at that. You just run your finger on it.
Oh, no, that hit me right on my bum. That hit me right on my bottom. That really hurt. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Why can't you come out of the shadows? Whoa, it hit me right in my hand. You Oh, hurt.
Beaumaris Jail had certainly lived up to its expectations. We had caught plenty of unexplained phenomena, from doors opening and closing, audibles and stone throwing. If there were spirits trying to talk to us, they'd certainly put the effort in. What did Dr. Kieran O'Keefe make of our 24-hour stay at the jail?
When we investigated Beaumaris Jail, the most significant phenomena that occurred was stone throwing.
Oh.
At one point, there's quite a large vigil which separates into 2 groups. One of the groups did actually experience stone throwing, but what perhaps is most significant is going into one of the rooms where there's a clear shot of the entire room, and then it appears, in Yvette's words, as though the stone is coming towards her almost in slow motion, and then they appear to be pelted with stones.
Why can't you come out of the shadows? Whoa, it hit me right in my hand. You.
Significant thing about this is that there are only a limited number of people in the room. There were cameras, most of the people were in shot, so it's very difficult to tell where the source of the stones are, and it would tie in with some of the phenomena that has happened in the jail on previous occasions. Following Carl's suggestion, Stuart, Jeff and myself reenacted the condemned man's walk in Beaumaris Jail. I sat down on the bed and I imagined the sort of crime that I would have committed that would mean that I would be punished with death. I gradually started to become more angry as I was imagining myself in the role of this particular murderer. When Stuart came into the room and said, "It's time," and then took me down the corridor, I did imagine as though people were looking out of the cells at me. At the end of the corridor, I was very, very aggressive. It's a feeling, an emotion that I don't think I've ever had to that extent. One possible explanation is that I was actually being sensitive to the sort of emotion that would have occurred in that corridor, that maybe in some way I was tapping into the emotions of the condemned man. For me, a skeptical explanation would be having seen Jeff and Stuart in the same role and having seen them react very emotionally, although not aggressively. There was suggestion there already. However, I did find the experience fascinating and a little concerning.
The atmosphere in the jail had been electric and at times terrifying. Beaumaris Jail will certainly stay in my memory for many years. Until next time, sleep tight.